సాయిరాం. మరికొద్దిసేపట్లో ప్రశాంతి నిలయంలోని సాయి కుల్వంత్ సభామండపం నుండి ప్రత్యక్ష ప్రసారాలను మీరు వింటారు. దయచేసి వేచి ఉండండి.
श्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पत आनः शृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनं प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजिनीवती धीनामवित्रयवतु गणेशाय नमः सरस्वत्यै नमः श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ ॐ नमो भगवते रुद्राय ॐ नमस्ते रुद्रमन्यव उतोत इषवे नमः नमस्ते अस्तु धन्वने बाहुभ्यामुत ते नमः यातयिषु शिवतमा शिवं बभूव ते धनुः शिवा शरव्याया तव तया नो रुद्रमृडया या ते रुद्रशिवा तनूरघोरा पापकाशिनी तया नस्तनुवाशन्तमया गिरिशन्ताभिजाकशीः यामिषुं गिरिशन्तहस्ते बिभर्ष्यस्तवे शिवां गिरित्रतां कुरु माहि गुंसिः पुरुषं जगत् शिवेन वचसा त्वा गिरिशाच्छावदामसि यथा नः सर्वमिज्जगदगक्ष्मगुं सुमना असत् अध्यवोचदति वक्ता प्रथमो दैव्योऽभिषक् अहेगश्च सर्वाञ्जम्भयन् सर्वाश्च यातु धान्यः असव्यस्ताम्रो अरुण उत बभ्रुत्सु मङ्गलः ये क्षेमागुं रुद्रा अभिदो दिक्षु श्रिताः सहस्रशो वैशागुं हेडगेमहे असव्योपसर्पति नीलग्रीवो विलोहितः उतैनं गोपा अदृशन्नदृशन्नुतहार्यः उतैनं विश्वा भूतानि सदृष्टो मृडयातिनः नमो अस्तु नीलग्रीवाय सहस्राक्षाय मेढुषेके अधो ये अस्य सत्त्वानोऽहं तेभ्यो करन्नमः प्रमुञ्जधन्वनस्त्वमुभयोरात्रियोर्याम् याश्च ते हस्त इषवः पराता भगवो वपा अवतत्य धनुस्त्वगुं सहस्राक्षतेषु धे निषेद्य शल्याणां मुखाचिवो नः सुमना भव विद्यं धनुः कपर्दिनो विशल्यो बाणवागुम् उत अनेचन्नस्येष व आभुरस्य निशं गधिः याते हेतिर्मेढुष्टमहस्ते बभूवते धनुः तयास्मान् विश्वतस्त्वमयक्ष्मया परिभुजा नमस्ते अस्त्वायुधायानातताय धृष्णवेगे उभाभ्यामुत ते नमो बाहुभ्यां तव धन्वने परिते धन्वनो खेतिरस्मान् वृणक्तु विश्वतः अधो यगिषुधिस्थवारे अस्मन्निधेहितम् नमस्ते अस्तु भगवन् विश्वेश्वराय महादेवाय त्र्यम्बकाय त्रिपुरान्तकाय त्रिकाग्निकालाय कालाग्निरुद्राय नीलकण्ठाय मृत्युञ्जयाय सर्वेश्वराय सदाशिवाय श्रीमन्महादेवाय नमः नमो हिरण्यबाहवे सेनान्ये दिशां च पतये नमो नमो वृक्षेभ्यो हरिकेशेभ्यः पशूनां पतये नमो नमः सस्मिञ्जराय त्रिषीमते पथीनां पतये नमो नमो बब्लुषाय विव्याधिने नानां पतये नमो नमो करिकेशायोपवेदिने पुष्टानां पतये नमो नमो भवस्य हेत्यै जगतां पतये नमो नमो रुद्राय तथाविने क्षेत्राणां पतये नमो नमः सूताय खन्त्याय वनानां पतये नमो नमो द्रोहिताय स्थपतये वृक्षाणां पतये नमो नमो मन्त्रिणे वाणिजाय कक्षाणां पतये नमो नमो भुवन्तये वारिवस्कृताय औषधीनां पतये नमो नम उच्चैर्घोषाय क्रन्दयते पत्तीनां पतये नमो नमः कृत्स्नवेताय धावते सत्त्वनां पतये नमः नमः सकमानाय निव्याधिन आव्याधिनीनां पतये नमो नमः ककुभाय निषङ्गिणे सेनानां पतगे नमो नमो निषङ्गिणगिषुधिमते तस्कराणां पतगे नमो नमो वञ्चते परिवञ्चते स्थायूनां पतगे नमो नमो निचेरवे परिचरायारण्यानां पतगे नमो नमः श्रृकाविभ्यो जिगागुंसद्भ्यो मुष्णतां पतगे नमो नमो सिमद्भ्यो नक्तं चरद्भ्यः प्रकृन्तानां पतगे नमो नम उष्णीषिणे गिरिचराय कुलुञ्चानां पतगे नमो नम गिषुमद्भ्यो धन्वाविभ्यश्च वो नमो नम आतन्वानेभ्यः प्रतिदधानेभ्यश्च वो नमो नम आयच्छद्भ्यो विसृजद्भ्यश्च वो नमो नमोऽस्यद्भ्यो विद्यद्भ्यश्च वो नमो नम आसीनेभ्यश्च यानेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः स्वपद्भ्यो जाग्रद्भ्यश्च वो नमो नमः तिष्ठद्भ्यो धावद्भ्यश्च वो नमो नमः सभाभ्यः सभापतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो अश्वेभ्यो अश्वपतिभ्यश्च वो नमः नम आव्याधिनेभ्यो विविध्यन्तेभ्यश्च वो नमो नम उगणाभ्यस्त्रिगुंहतेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो गृत्सेभ्यो गृत्सपतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो व्रातेभ्यो व्रातपतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो गणेभ्यो गणपतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो विरूपेभ्यो विश्वरूपेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो महद्भ्यः क्षुल्लकेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो रथिभ्यो रथेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो रथेभ्यो रथपतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः सेनाभ्यः सेनानिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः क्षत्रिभ्यः सङ्ग्रहेतृभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः तक्षभ्यो रथकारेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः कुलालेभ्यः कर्मारेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः पुञ्जिष्टेभ्यो निषादेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः गिषुकृद्भ्यो धन्वकृद्भ्यश्च वो नमो नमो मृगयुभ्यः शनिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः स्वभ्यस्वपतिभ्यश्च वो नमः नमो भवाय च रुद्राय च नमः शर्वाय च पशुपतये च नमो नीलग्रीवाय च क्षितिकण्ठाय च नमः कपर्दिने च व्युक्तकेशाय च नमः सहस्राक्षाय च शतधन्वने च नमो गिरिशाय च शिपिविष्टाय च नमो मेढुष्टमाय चेषुमते च नमो ह्रस्वाय च वामनाय च नमो बृहते च वर्षीयसे च नमो वृद्धाय च समृद्ध्वने च नमो अग्र्याय च प्रथमाय च नमः आचवे चाजिराय च नमः शीघ्रियाय च शेभ्याय च नमः ऊर्म्याय च वस्वन्याय च नमः स्रोतस्याय च द्वेप्याय च नमो ज्येष्ठाय च कनिष्ठाय च नमः पूर्वजाय च परजाय च नमो मध्यमाय च पगल्भाय च नमो जघन्याय च बुद्ध्याय पत्न्याय च नमः सोऽभ्याय च प्रतिसर्याय च नमो याम्याय च क्षेम्याय च नमः उर्वर्याय च खल्याय च नमः श्लोक्याय चावसान्याय च नमो वन्याय च कक्ष्याय च नमः श्रवाय च प्रतिश्रवाय च नमः आशुषेणाय चाशुरथाय च नमः शूराय चावबिन्दते च नमो वर्मिणे च वरोधिने च नमो बिल्मिने च कवचिने च नमः श्रुताय च श्रुतसेनाय च नमो दुन्दुभ्याय चागनन्याय च नमो धृष्णवे च प्रमृषाय च नमो दूताय च प्रहिताय च नमो निषङ्गिने चेषुधिमते च नमः तीक्ष्णे च वेचायुधिने च नमः स्वायुधाय च सुधन्वने च नमः श्रुत्याय च पथ्याय च नमः काट्याय च नेप्याय च नमः सोद्याय च सरस्याय च नमो नाद्याय च वैशन्ताय च नमः कोप्याय च वट्याय च नमो वर्ष्याय च वर्ष्याय च नमो मेघ्याय च विद्युत्याय च नमः ईद्रियाय च तप्याय च नमो वात्याय च रेश्म्याय च नमो वास्तव्याय च वास्तुपाय च ॐ हर 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 ॐ नमः सोमाय च रुद्राय च नमः ताम्राय च रुणाय च नमः शङ्गाय च पशुपतये च नमः उग्राय च भीमाय च नमो अग्रे वधाय च दूरे वधाय च नमो हन्त्रे च हनीयसे च नमो वृक्षेभ्यो हरिकेशेभ्यो नमस्ताराय नमः शम्भवे च मयो भवे च नमः शङ्कराय च मयस्कराय च नमः शिवाय च शिवतराय च नमः तीर्थ्याय च कोल्याय च नमः पाद्याय च वाद्याय च नमः प्रतरणाय चोत्तरणाय च नमः गातार्याय च लाद्याय च नमः यक्ष्याय च भेन्याय च नमः सिकत्याय च प्रवाक्याय च नमगिरिण्याय च प्रपथ्याय च नमः किगुंशिलाय च क्षयणाय च नमः कपर्दिने च पुलस्तगे च नमो गोष्ठ्याय च गृह्याय च नमः स्थल्प्याय च गेह्याय च नमः काट्याय जगवरेष्टाय च नमो हृदयाय च निवेश्याय च नमः पागुं सव्याय च रजस्याय च नमः जुष्याय च हरित्याय च नमो लोप्याय चोलप्याय च नमः ओर्व्याय च सोर्म्याय च नमः पर्ण्याय च पर्णछद्याय च नमो पगुरमाणाय चाभिघ्नते च नमः आखिदते च प्रखिदते च नमो वक्किरिकेभ्यो देवानागं हृदयेभ्यो नमो विक्षीणकेभ्यो नमो विचिन्वत्केभ्यो नम आनिर्हतेभ्यो नम आमीवत्केभ्यः द्रापे अन्धसस्पदे दरिद्रन्नीललोहिता येषां पुरुषाणां येषां पशूनां मा भेर्मा रोमो येषां किञ्चनाममत् याते रुद्रशिवा तनुशिवा विश्वाकभेषजे शिवा रुद्रस्य भेषजे तया नो मृडजीवसेके इमागुं रुद्राय तवसे कपर्दिने क्षयद्वीराय प्रभरामहे मतिम् यथा नश्यमसद्विपदे चतुष्पदे विश्वं पुष्टं ग्रामे अस्मिन्नरातुरम् मृडानो रुद्रोतनो मयस्कृति क्षयद्वीराय नमसा विधेमते यच्चं च योश्च मनुराय जे पिता तदस्यामदवरुद्रप्रणीतौ मानो महान्तमुत मानो अर्भकं मान उक्षन्तमुत उक्षितम् मानो वधीः पितरं मोच मातरं प्रिया मानस्तनुवो रुद्ररीरिषः मानस्तोके तनगे मान आयुषि मानो गोषु मानो अश्वेषु रीरिषः वीरान्मानो रुद्रभामितो वदेर् अविष्मन्दो नमसा विधेमते आरात्ये गोघ्नमुत पूरुषग्ने क्षयद्वीराय सुम्नमस्मेते अस्तु रक्षाजनो अधिजदेव ब्रूह्यथाचन शर्म यच्च द्विबरुहाका स्तुतिश्रुतं गर्तसतं युवानं मृगन्न भीममुपहत्नुमुग्रम् मृडाचरिद्रे रुद्रस्तवानो अन्यन्ते अस्मन्निव बन्धु सेनाका परिणो रुद्रस्य हेतर्वृणक्तु परित्वेषस्य दुर्मतिरघायोः अवस्थिरा मघवद्भ्यस्तनुष्वमीड्वत्तोकायतनयाय मृडया मीढुष्टमशिवतमशिवो न सुमना भव परमे वृक्ष आयुधन्निधाय कृत्यं वसानमाचर पिनाकं बिभ्रदागहि विकिरित विलोकितं नमस्ते अस्तु भगवः यास्ते सहस्रगुं हेतयोऽन्यमस्मन्निव पन्तु ताः सहस्राणि सहस्रदा बाहुवोस्तव हेतयः तासामीशानो भगवः पराचेनामुखाकृते सहस्राणि सहस्रशो ये रुद्रा अधिभूम्याम् तेषागुं सहस्रयोजने वधन्वानि तन्मसि अस्मिन्महत्यर्णवेकेऽन्तरिक्षे भवा अधि नीलग्रीवाच्छ्रुतिकण्ठाः शर्वा अधः क्षमाचराः नीलग्रीवाच्छ्रुतिकण्ठादिवगुं रुद्रा उपश्रिताः ये वृक्षेषु तस्मिञ्जरा नीलग्रीवा विलोहिताः ये भूतानाम् अधिपतयो विशिखासक्कपर्दिनः ये अन्येषु विविध्यन्ति पात्रेषु पिपदो जनान् ये पथां पतिरक्षय ऐलवृदायव्युधः ये तीर्थानि प्रचरन्ति सृगावन्तो निषङ्गिणः यगेतावन्तश्च भूयागुंसश्च दिशो रुद्रावितस्तिरे तेषागुं सहस्रयोजने वधन्वानि तन्मसि नमो रुद्रेभ्यो ये पृथिव्यां येऽन्तरिक्षे ये दिव्येषामन्नं वातो वरुषमिषवस्तेभ्यो दश प्राचीर्दश दक्षिणादश प्रतीचीर्दशोदीचीर्दशोर्ध्वास्तेभ्यो नमस्ते नो मृडयन्तु तेयं दश्मो यश्च नो द्वेष्टितं वोजं भेदधामि त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षेयमामृतात् यो रुद्रो अग्नव्यो अप्सु य ओषधेषु यो रुद्रो विश्व भुवना विवेश तस्मै रुद्राय नमो अस्तु एते सहस्रमयुतं पाशा मृत्योर्मर्त्याय हन्तवे तान् यज्ञस्य मायया सर्वानवयजामहे मृत्यवे स्वाहा मृत्यवे स्वाहा प्राणानां ग्रन्थिरसि रुद्रो मा विशान्तकः तेनान्नेनाप्यायस्व नमो रुद्राय विष्णवे मृत्युर्मे पाहि तमस्तु हि यस्सुषुः सुधन्वायो विश्वस्य क्षयति भेषजस्य यक्ष्वामहेसौ मनसाय रुद्रं नमोभिर्देवमसुरन्दुवस्य अयं मे हस्तो भगवान् अयं मे भगवत्तरः अयं मे विश्वभेषजो यगुं शिवाभिमर्षणः
शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ शञ्च मे मयश्च मे प्रियञ्च मे कामश्च मे सौमनसश्च मे भद्रञ्च मे श्रेयश्च मे वस्यश्च मे यशश्च मे भगश्च मे द्रविणञ्च मे हन्ता च मे धर्ता च मे क्षेमश्च मे धृतिश्च मे विश्वञ्च मे महश्च मे संविच्च मे ज्ञात्रञ्च मे सोश्च मे प्रसोश्च मे सेरञ्च मे लयश्च मरुतञ्च मे मृतञ्च मे यक्ष्मञ्च मे नामयच्च मे जीवातुश्च मे दीर्घायुत्वञ्च मे नमित्रञ्च मे भयञ्च मे सुगञ्च मे शयनञ्च मे सुषा च मे सुदिनञ्च मे ॐ शान्ति 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 ॐ अत्रिणा त्वा कृमे हन्मे कण्वेन झमदग्निना विश्वावसोर्ब्रह्मणा हतः कृमेणागुं राजा अप्येषागस्थपतिर्हतः अथो मातातो पिता अथो स्थूरा अथो क्षुद्रा अथो कृष्णा अथो श्वेता अथो आशातिका हताः श्वेताभिः सह सर्वे हताः आहरावद्य श्रुतस्य हविषो यथा तत्सत्यं यथमुह्यमस्य जम्पयो आददामि तथा हि तत् कण्भ्रन्मसे ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ निधनपतये नमः निधनपतान्तिकाय नमः ऊर्ध्वाय नमः ऊर्ध्वलिङ्गाय नमः हिरण्याय नमः हिरण्यलिङ्गाय नमः सुवर्णाय नमः सुवर्णलिङ्गाय नमः दिव्याय नमः दिव्यलिङ्गाय नमः भवाय नमः भवलिङ्गाय नमः शर्वाय नमः सर्वलिङ्गाय नमः शिवाय नमः शिवलिङ्गाय नमः ज्वलाय नमः ज्वललिङ्गाय नमः आत्माय नमः आत्मलिङ्गाय नमः परमाय नमः परमलिङ्गाय नमः एतत् सोमस्य सूर्यस्य सर्वलिङ्गस्थापयति पाणिमन्त्रं पवित्रम् सद्यो जातं प्रपद्यामि सद्यो जाताय वै नमो नमः भवे भवेनादि भवे भवस्व मां भवोद्भवाय नमः वामदेवाय नमो ज्येष्ठाय नमः श्रेष्ठाय नमो रुद्राय नमः कालाय नमः कलविकरणाय नमो बलविकरणाय नमो बलाय नमो बलप्रमथनाय नमः सर्वभूतदमनाय नमो मनोन्मनाय नमः अघोरेभ्यो अघोरेभ्यो घोरघोरतरेभ्यः सर्वेभ्यः सर्वेभ्यो नमस्ते अस्तु रुद्ररूपेभ्यः तत्पुरुषाय विद्महे महादेवाय धीमहि तन्नो रुद्रः प्रचोदयात् स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्ताम् न्यायेन मार्गेण महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यम् समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः
Om Shri Sai Ram. Offering my most humble pranams at the divine lotus feet of our beloved Lord, Bhagwan Shri 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 Sathya Sai Baba Varu. Today is a very auspicious day as we are celebrating the 18th anniversary of our Shri Sathya Sai Mobile Hospital, which was established by our beloved Bhagwan Shri Sathya Sai Baba Varu in the year 2006 with a view to cater the medical services right at the doorstep of the people in the surrounding villages of Puttaparthi. We are able to do this noble service for the last 18 years, continuously and regularly, during the first 12 days of every month, by the divine grace of our beloved Lord. It's a great pleasure for me to announce that about 500 Sai brothers and sisters, comprising of doctors, specialist doctors, and super specialist doctors, along with their families and paramedical staff belonging to the two Telugu states of Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, are participating in these celebrations in a very enthusiastic way. We assembled here today with a view of expressing our gratitude to Bhagwan for giving this noble service to us, and to rejuvenate ourselves to do more medical services in the years to come, and to offer our humble pranams at the divine lotus feet of our dear Swami. We are ever grateful to Swami for giving us this golden opportunity to celebrate the 18th anniversary of Sri Sathya Sai Mobile Hospital, Puttaparthi, in his divine presence, in the holy presence of Sai Kulunth Hall, the divine abode so very dear to our Lord. Now, Dr. K. Narasimhan, Director, Sri Sathya Sai Mobile Hospital, will address this august gathering.
Om Sri Sai Ram. I offer my humble salutations, my prayerful pranams at the lotus feet of our loving Bhagwan. Respected elders of the ashram, respected my dear doctors, dear devotees, students, brothers and sisters, a very loving Sai Ram to you all. We thank Bhagwan on the one hand and the management in the form of the Central Trust, especially the managing trustee, for having given us this opportunity to have the 18th anniversary celebrations of Sri Sathya Sai Mobile Hospital in the divine presence of our loving Master. Dear friends, this is a unique congregation of doctors. It is not like other conferences where stray doctors come, they do not know each other. But here is a conglomeration of doctors who are serving at the lotus feet, who are relieving the pain and suffering of the people in 300 villages around Puttaparthi on a very regular basis. And they belong to 15 different specialities. And these doctors, we have all congregated here to pay our collective gratitude to our Master for having given us verily what we call this as Seva Prasadam, the highest gift perhaps which God can confer on his devotee. And when we do it on a collective basis, we all know that our Bhagwan will be immensely pleased. Swami was always insisting on collectiveness in sadhana. Let it be in the form of bhajan, seva, or even in the form of this conference where we all come together, and it reflects on the unity of the group which is rendering the seva. And our Bhagwan has often said that it is unity which leads us to purity and divinity. The second important reason why we have all congregated here is to rededicate ourselves to the lotus feet, to the cause of relieving the pain and suffering of the people, and also plan our further future expansion and diversification of activities, because we cannot remain static. Static being is verily death. The third important reason why we have all today assembled here is to see whether we can transmit the two messages of Bhagwan to the community, especially the medical fraternity. Firstly, that Vaidya Seva should not be commercialized. Secondly, India being a land of villages, the rural outreach approach which Bhagwan has innovated in the form of Sri Sathya Sai Mobile Hospital, can it be transmitted down the line? Can it be replicated elsewhere? And towards this end, we have nominated district coordinators, doctors, who will interact with the Sathya Sai Seva organization. As you all know, this is the only organization which has been, in a way, started, presided, blessed by Bhagwan. How these doctors can get sort of interact with them and integrate their services. Anyway, these are the three distinct aims why we doctors, so many of them, many of them are very reputed doctors. To meet them in their respective places and hospitals may take even a few days. But we are clear as to why we have assembled today, because Swami should be aware that it is not just we have come like that, but with these three divine aims. Anyway, dear friends, the Sathya Sai medical mission of Bhagwan, if you notice, has passed through three distinct stages or phases. In the first phase, way back in 1950s, Swami said that primary and to some extent secondary medical care should be rendered free of cost, especially to the poor and needy, and that is how he started the general hospitals here in Puttaparthi and in Bangalore. The medical mission of Bhagwan took a quantum leap, I should say, when in 1990 Swami declared that it is not only primary and secondary care, but even high quality tertiary care, complicated open heart surgeries, neurological procedures, all these should be provided free of cost to the poor and needy, and this he did, as you all know, by starting the super specialty hospitals. But more importantly, in the third phase, the divine mission, medical mission of Bhagwan took a quantum leap, I should say, when he declared that it is not enough if this high quality care is provided. He said it should be delivered. As you all know, dear friends, there's a lot of difference in the meaning of the words providing, provision, and delivery. Delivery means an outreach approach where yourself go to the suffering masses. And Swami declared, నా భక్తుడు కష్టంలో ఉంటే నేను ఎలాగ వెళ్తానో మీరు కూడా డాక్టర్లు వైద్యో నారాయణ హరి, యువర్ ఎంబాడిమెంట్స్ ఆఫ్ లార్డ్ నారాయణ, you should reach out. There's no point in your sitting here in towns. You should reach out to the doorstep and provide a loving medical care. And that is how Bhagwan launched the Sathya Sai Mobile Hospital on the holy day of Ugadi on March 30th, 2006. And this hospital, the mobile hospital, was started notwithstanding the fact that there is a general hospital, that there is a super specialty hospital in Puttaparthi. See the compassion of the Divine Master, see his foresight, see his divine analysis of the whole problem. And Swami gave 4 reasons why he launched this mobile hospital. Because people may have doubts. After all, there are 2 hospitals. Why another hospital? Why a duplication, replication? Swami said, firstly, పాపం వాళ్ళు కూలి పని చేసి బతుకుతారు. ఆ కూలి వదులుకొని ఆ రోజు రావాలంటే వాళ్ళకి ఆ పూట భోజనం కూడా ఉండదు. These people here, they live on daily wages. And if they have to come to the hospital, they have to forsake that day's wage, which may mean compromising with that square meal. Rendodi Swami told, There are many elders in houses in villages for whom there's nobody to bring them to the hospitals because the other members are all for work on the fields. And thirdly, he said, Tallulu papam, inti panchayali, polam panchayali. He said, they have a dual work. How can they come? And fourth, Bhagavan told a very important guideline to doctors when he said, there is a huge degree of ignorance, lack of awareness among the rural folk on matters of health and disease. And we quickly realized this in the very first visit when we went to a village called Rajwarpalli, where I saw a number of old women with shining eyes, zero vision. And when I asked them, Amma, ఇన్ని రోజులు ఎందుకమ్మా తల్లి చూపిలేదు నువ్వు డాక్టర్కి? వై డిడ్ యు నాట్ షో టు ఏ డాక్టర్? దర్ రిప్లై వాస్, సార్ మేము అనుకున్నాము వయసు అయితే చూపు తగ్గిపోతుంది, ఏ విధంగా వెంట్రుకలు తెల్లబడిపోతాయో, వినుకుడు తగ్గిపోతుందో, పళ్ళు రాలిపోతుందో, అదేవిధంగా చూపు కూడా తగ్గిపోతుంది, ఏం చేయలేము అనుకున్నాం. బట్ వి ఆల్ నో that a simple cataract surgery lasting for about 15 minutes can restore vision. This is the lack of awareness, the huge ignorance. And there are umpteen number of areas, umpteen number of instances where I was shocked seeing the level of ignorance, especially among the rural folk. Anyway, Swami launched this mobile hospital, and I'm so glad to tell you here, my dear devotees, that this is the only hospital which is running purely on a voluntary basis by doctors coming from outside Puttaparthi. There are about 250 to 300 doctors belonging to, as I said, 15 specialties. And the expenditure under salary head, if there are finance experts here, they'll be amazed to know that it is a big zero as far as doctors are concerned. This is the beauty. And not only that, 18 years, can you believe? And we made a small sort of a model where we have depicted to Bhagavan the 18 steps, just as 9 steps, Navavida Bhakti Margam, 18 steps. 18, as you all know, is a divine figure. Bhagavad Gita, war was for 18 years. Bhagavad Gita, the whole 18, 1 plus 8, 9 again is a very divine number. So the 18 steps through which the mobile hospital has gone through, we have depicted in that. And it is a very, very revealing sort of a model which portrays how the mobile hospital has evolved thanks to the loving grace of our Divine Master. Anyway, Swami in addition gave us a few more guidelines. Firstly, he said, నేను దీని పేరు సత్యసాయి మొబైల్ హాస్పిటల్ అని పెడుతున్నాను. ఇది క్యాంపు కాదు, క్లినిక్ కాదు, సర్వీస్ కాదు, మీరు అన్నీ చేయగలగాలి. గ్రామస్తులను అనవసరంగా తిప్పొద్దు మీరు. He said, you should be able to do everything. I'm naming it as hospital. That is why if any one of our known people or even our doctors sometimes use the word camp, I politely tell them, no, please don't use this because Bhagavan named it. And believe me, on the very bus, the Sanjeevani diagnostic bus, Swami said, okay, yuddhaniki velte, a warrior should have all arms equipments. You doctors also should be equipped with diagnostics. Otherwise, you have gone all the way now. Now you will be chasing them. X-ray cheskora, Anantapur po, Dharma po, this is not. So this sort of a diagnostic support which Swami gave, he told us, Anduke meer patientlanu akkadikkada tippoddu. As you know, the Sanjeevani diagnostic bus has an inbuilt ultrasonogram, X-ray, lab, and Swami, when he said, meer anavasaranga tippoddu, don't make them run about here and there, be innovated. For tests which cannot be done on the field, we collect the samples. And one volunteer goes and gives the samples of 25 villagers to the super specialty hospital and gets back the reports which can be viewed online. And thanks to the computerization work done by our software experts, the whole mobile hospital work is computerized. And it is amazing that every day the logistics change, the nodal village changes, but still our computer boys create an intranet and the whole work is computerized. It is amazing to see the statistics of that computerized record. The second guideline which Swami said, మీరు అక్కడ చేయలేకపోయినా చేయించగలగాలి. He said, ailments which you cannot treat on the field, because he said, మత్తు మందు ఇచ్చి చేసే ఆపరేషన్లు మీరు అక్కడ చేయకూడదు. Swami is so clear about medical safeguards. So he said, if you cannot do that, don't wash off your hands. Don't say go to a higher center. He said, you have to devise a mechanism for that. And this we have done in the form of what is called a follow-up Medicare for patients who need higher diagnostic modalities, medical management, or surgical interventions. And you'll be I think most of you are aware that the first 1 week of the operation theatre in the general hospital is allocated to the mobile hospital. The surgeons are the mobile hospital surgeons, and patients are the villagers who are drawn from that village. This is the beautiful dictum which Bhagavan gave us, and we took it as his Taraka Mantram. The third point on which Swami was very particular was that the healthcare that is delivered should be holistic. There should be a fine blend of curative and preventive, not only curative, preventive, but a spiritual base. And he said, when it came to prevention, నిజమైన వైద్యుడు ఎవరంటే జబ్బు వచ్చిన తర్వాత నయం చేసేవాడు కాదు. జబ్బు రాకుండా ఉండేదానికి జాగ్రత్తలు ఏమేమి పేషెంట్కి చెప్తాడో వాడే నిజమైన డాక్టర్. And he gave us gave a beautiful example. He said, a student like you may go to an exam. Those days we used to get a hall ticket. I don't know now what is. A hall ticket, those student వెళ్తాడు. He goes to the examination hall, and when he comes out, he will tear the hall ticket, which means he has passed the exam. In the same way, you doctors, when you give a prescription, your prescription should be so strong that there should be no need of the patient to come back to you. He should be able to tear your prescription. But Swami added, realistic as he is, that అన్ని జబ్బులకి ఇది వీలు కాదు, కానీ వీలైనంత వరకు మీరు ఇది చేయాలి. And then, as I said, he highlighted the spiritual base of the program. And he said, ఆరోగ్యానికి ఆధారము ఆధ్యాత్మికము. The basis of real health, complete health, holistic health is spirituality. So we took that divine mantra of Bhagavan, and we have been emphasizing the importance of our age-old practices like prayer, meditation, likita japa. I'm so glad to tell you that we have about 15,000 to 20,000 books of likita japa written by our devotees, and especially in the gynec and obstetric section, our gynecologists take special interest, especially patients with infertility especially. We have documented records of at least 150 patients who had conceived after they took up the practice of likita japa. Anyway, this is the third direction which Swami gave us. But as you know, when Bhagavan outlines the ideology, it is left to you to now devise the methodology. Because Swami once told me, I have given you 3 senses: common sense at the mind level, intelligence at the intellect level, conscience at the soul level. Use all these 3 senses. Eppudu Swami, Swami ani cheppuko. I have given you these 3 senses. So what we did was, we devised what we call an operative theme and an operative strategy. The operative theme is nothing but what I had told, the holistic health which Swami said in the form of a triangle. One limb of the triangle is a curative drive. That is, you do your best to relieve the pain and suffering of the patient. But the other limb is preventive focus. You are more interested in seeing that these situations where the patient falls ill does not arise at all, and both are joined together. One will complement and supplement the other, but the base is, we said, spiritual base. So this was the operative theme which we made, and believe me, my dear friends, when I showed this ideology in the form of this triangle to our divine master here only in this very veranda, Bhagavan looked at it piercingly and then patted me. Obviously, you feel elated. But Swami bent his head and told in my ears, Prati క్షణము మీరు ఇదే భావంతో పనిచేయాలి. We thought this is an ideology. As you all know, students, all these organizations have what is called a vision statement. We thought it is some background thought. No, for Swami there is no theory, no practice, all is practice. And he said, Prati క్షణము మీరు ఇదే భావంతో పనిచేయాలి. So the first step was laying the operating theme. Second was the operative strategy, as I said, the methodology, for which what we did was, because there are so many villages, we can't go to all the villages. So we identified 12 nodal villages, and every day, whether it is a Sunday, a holiday, Deepavali, Christmas, the mobile hospital will go there and render a complete care. So that over a period of time, people develop faith and confidence. A system should be able to generate faith and confidence in the beneficiaries, then only the system is worth it. And it brings credibility, as you all know, to the program. So, Bhagavan but cautioned us. 12 days, some people ask me even now, why only 12 days a month? Swami said, ఒక్క రోజు పని మొబైల్ హాస్పిటల్లో వేరే హాస్పిటల్లో 2 రోజుల పనికి సమానం. Because as you all know, mobile hospital is the process of creating, running the whole seva, winding it up, and then moving on to the next nodal point. Swami said, 12 రోజులు చాలు. ఇది 24 రోజులకు సమానము. ఏ హాస్పిటల్కైనా కానీ 4 ఆదివారాలు ఒక 2 సెలవులు ఉంటాయి, అది చాలు. దట్ ఈస్ వాట్ స్వామి టోల్డ్ us. And then the next operative strategy was, from our medical side, we first did an exercise called study of community disease spectrum and community disease load. That is, what are all the ailments prevalent in the community? Unless you have a clear idea of it, how are you going to go and do service? Otherwise, it will be a blind service. We realized that ailments fall into 5 or 6 broad categories: common ailments, chronic ailments, intricate ailments, asymptomatic ailments, preventive ailments, and ailments which require follow-up care, and also emergency problems which cannot be handled by a mobile hospital, but some first aid can be done. So once you have a clear picture of these categories of ailments, and this applies to every organ system, to every specialty in medical practice. If it is ENT, what are all the common ailments? What are the chronic? What are the intricate? Asymptomatic? Asymptomatic means, as you know, patient will not have any problem, but he'll have a disease. You need to do what's called screening programs, which can be done only by an outreach service, not by a static service. And then those ailments which are preventable, where a robust health education needs to be done. As I told, Swami was very particular about the preventive part of it. And this health education, I'm so glad to tell you, is done at 3 levels: the individual level, the family level, and the community level. And this health education, but we realized, has got meaning only if your curative care is strong. Then only people will have faith in you. Otherwise, it becomes like telling a child, don't eat chocolate, don't eat biscuit. No. When you are doing a good curative service, and then you talk about prevention, and also talk about screening, and also have screening programs, then this category of ailments get addressed. So what we did was, once you have a clear idea, let it be India, let it be America, let it be a village, ailments fall into 6 categories. Only the pattern may differ. And then second, we decided, now we are aware as to what is our enemy. What are all the components, the ingredients we should integrate, we should include in our kit, so that our service, Swami says, should be really useful. Utility value anedi undali, he said once. So the 5 components which we identified are regularity and fixity in service. You have to be regular, you have to be fixed. Second, Swami said, Vaidya Nipunulu undali, specialist doctors. So on any particular day, there are doctors belonging to 10 or 12 specialties, all working together, coordinating, cooperating, integrating their efforts, and bringing out the best possible solutions. Third thing, as I said, Swami was very particular, on-site diagnostics. And that is how he gave us the beautiful Sanjeevani bus. But in addition, each specialty, what are all the equipments the doctor needs, we started providing. Fourth, he said, you should have a good pharmacy. Anta dooram meeru prescription raase mandulu ippathe em lavam vallu korukoleru. So I'm so glad to tell you that we devised a method of giving 1-month medication for patients with chronic ailments. Of course, we have a geographical jurisdiction, because after all, we are humans. We have our limitations of time mainly. The trust is not afraid of spending any amount of money, because Swami said, for a good cause, I am prepared to spend even 1 crore of rupees for even a single particular requirement. So a good pharmacy, and finally, a viable backup support. Because as I said, 10% of ailments we cannot address on the field, but Swami said, "Meer change chagalagali." So these 5 components we integrated. So the operative theme and the operative strategy we devised once we had the ideology from the Divine Master, and this is how the service has been going on for the last 18 years in the most silent way, I should say. And as I said, these are the very doctors who come, some of them every month, some of them once in 3 months. And on behalf of all of us in the ashram, I pay my salutations to them for their dedicated work. So anyway, this is part 1 of my talk today, where I wanted to make a quick recap, but still, after all, I can't run through it. Portraying the mobile hospital, again, some of you may not be aware of it. Now, the second part is equally important, and I have 3 important headings on which I'll be talking for about 10 or 15 minutes. The first thing is, what is the status currently of the mobile hospital, especially after Mahasamadhi of Bhagwan? Because I can understand the concern, even I had a little apprehension also, because after the physical withdrawal of Bhagwan, whether these doctors will be still more interested to come, what is the status? Second, as I said in the beginning only, we cannot afford to remain static. We have to expand, diversify. So I am accountable to you all devotees. I am accountable to the trust. I am more importantly, accountable to Bhagwan. What are all the improvements which you have made? That I will portray. And thirdly, what has been the impact of this service? Because anyone will say, oh, you're so good, okay, you're so great. But what is the impact of this? And this impact has to be looked at from the direction of doctors, from the direction of beneficiaries, and more important, the community or perhaps the government also. So firstly, what is the status post-Samadhi? Is there status quo? No, there is no status quo. There is status up. More and more doctors are coming, I'm so glad to tell you. And young doctors are also coming because they only have to carry forward. And we are making a conscious effort in this direction also. And then you may wonder, what is the reason for this? There are two reasons, my dear friends. First thing, Swami's grace is eternal. Bhagavan is eternal. His grace also has to be eternal. And one incident I would like to narrate to you, which will be really interesting, told by one Mr. Ramana Rao, who is no more with us, but who was a very senior member of our organization. He was also the country's, I think, president, Sathya Sai organization. It seems his father was a non-believer in Swami, but he persuaded him, brought him to Swami, and Swami asked him, "Em kavali cheppu, what do you want?" He said, "Nakem oddu Swami." "Ledu, edo kavali nik cheppu. You ask me anything." "Swami, ma family lo oka taayitha kattevallam, an amulet, a protective. Adi nenu pushkarallo snanam chesetappudu adi poyindi Swami. I lost it in Pushkaral when I was having a bath in River Godavari. Swami, adi veelaithe techigalugtara." So Swami, as you know, rotated his hand, materialized the same amulet. Mr. Ramana Rao says it was absolutely the same because it was stained at many areas, being an old one, being passed from generation to generation. It had a knot also, the same one. Then his father asked Swami, "Swami, ఇది 1921లో ఇది పోయింది నాది, మీరు అవతరించింది, మీరు పుట్టిందే 1926 అంటారు, మీరు అప్పుడు లేరు కదా, ఎట్లా వీలవుతుంది?" Then Swami told him, "పిచ్చి వెదవా, భగవంతుడు అనేవాడు ఎప్పుడు ఉంటాడురా, నేను ఈ రూపం ఇప్పుడు ధరించాను కానీ ఐఎమ్ ఆల్వేస్ దేర్." సో దట్ ఈస్ ద సీక్రెట్. బట్ అగైన్ Swami, as you all know, is a taskmaster. He won't give his grace just like that. And he insists on human effort. And this I would exemplify, I would substantiate by telling you an instance when Swami said, "నేను శివశక్తి స్వరూపము. I am Lord Shiva and శివశక్తి. నేను ఎప్పుడు నా శివ స్టేట్ ఆఫ్ కాన్షియస్నెస్లో ఉంటాను. మీరు మీ ప్రపంచంలో ఉంటే నేను నా ప్రపంచంలో ఉంటాను. ఇఫ్ యు ఆర్ ఇన్ యువర్ వరల్డ్, నాట్ బాదర్, యు ఆర్ ఇన్ యువర్ వరల్డ్, ఐఎమ్ ఇన్ మై వరల్డ్." బట్ మీరు కష్టపడితే, మీరు ప్రార్థన చేస్తే, మీరు తపన పడితే నా శక్తి రియాక్ట్ అవుతుంది, మీకు గ్రేస్ వస్తుంది. సో దట్ ఈస్ ద సీక్రెట్. దట్ ఇండివిజువల్ ఎఫర్ట్, హ్యూమన్ ఎఫర్ట్ షుడ్ బి దేర్ టు ఇన్వోక్ గాడ్స్ గ్రేస్. That is why we have the Krishna Arjuna, the Naranarayana words which are used in our scriptures. Anyway, these have been the reasons why the mobile hospital has been a combination of Bhagavan's limitless grace, compassion, but at the same time we have to, though we call him Shankara, he is not Bola Shankara, I think. He demands our hard work, our prayer especially, and our tapana, the yearning which we have to do seva. The second heading, which I told you was, you may ask us, what are all the improvements, sir, you have done? 18 years you are saying. Firstly, I am so glad to tell you that the Sanjeevani diagnostic bus, which is stationed in front of you, we have taken a new bus now. The trust has spent more than 1 crore of rupees on this. And the improvement that has been made in that is that we have an exclusive cabin for ultrasound, for X-ray, for lab. More importantly, under the guidance of our head of the ophthalmology department, we have now housed the ophthalmology department also in that bus. The reason is ophthalmology is a specialty where they should have control over illumination, like light, which we can't do that well in a room in the school, which we were doing. Now it has got a cabin, and believe me, it has all the latest equipments, autorefractometer, slit lamp. More importantly, our Dr. Srinivas has added a phoropter, which I'm told is not being used in super specialty also, especially for refraction, where you put lenses and ask the patient, "Idi bagunda, adi bagunda." No, this will do an automatic work, automated system it is. So, the Sanjeevani diagnostic bus is the divine gift of Bhagavan given to us. The second improvement we have made is another bus which you have seen aside it is the dentistry bus, which is now more than, I think, 4 or 5 years. Dentistry again is a very important specialty because Swami said that oral health is the key to health of all other vital organs. And I'm amazed to tell you that medical science has now conclusively proved that what we call atherosclerotic disease, my doctors know whether it is the blood vessels of the heart or in the brain, it has an inflammatory origin. It is not just a mechanical deposition of fat or lipid plaques. It is because of an inflammation. And the cause of that inflammation in most cases is because of a chronic gum infection. And a chronic gum infection does not cause pain. It may cause a foul odor, what we call halitosis. So Swami is aware, medical science has now conclusively proved. So we have a dedicated dental bus which has got 2 chairs in which all the procedures can be done, my dear friends. And I'm so glad to tell you that one very senior dental surgeon who came, he came on the insistence of his friends and he said, "Sir, I did not have any belief, any faith in dentistry being rendered, service being rendered in an outreach approach. But today, after seeing the Sathya Sai Mobile Hospital, the dental bus, I am convinced, yes, this can be done. Dentistry service can be provided, the quality service in an outreach approach." And I'm so glad to tell you that we have 50 dental surgeons and an in-house dental surgeon to supervise the whole work and to take care of the department who come in rotation, who are pining to come for Seva. You can ask them. The third improvement which we have made is, I was referring to the follow-up Medicare in the form of especially surgical interventions. We were doing general surgeries, gynec surgeries, ENT surgeries. But then we have added now oncosurgeries, cancer surgeries. And I'm so glad to tell you that this started about 4 years back. And the first cancer surgery in Puttaparthi was done by the mobile hospital. And on that day, it was announced in this very hall that it was Ishwaramma Day Eve, 6th, one day before 5th of May. And it was said that Mother Ishwaramma was always asking Bhagwan, "Ma prajalni nayana ikkada dooram pampeku, anni vaidyam ikkade erpaatu cheyi." And when we made the arrangement for the oncosurgeries, which is going on a regular basis, we have 5 oncosurgeons, and one of them is a dedicated surgeon who comes every month. Cancer surgeries are being treated here. The first lung surgery in Puttaparthi was not done in our super specialty hospital. It was done in super specialty, but it was done by the mobile hospital. And again, gastro surgeries, laparoscopic gallbladder surgeries. The mobile hospital surgical gastroenterologist started. And in this respect, one major improvement, which fortunately, when Bhagavan gave me the additional charge of the general hospital, I am able to do is to integrate the resources, the human resources especially, and the infrastructure also of these 3 hospitals, so that the ultimate beneficiary is the poor patient. Like for example, yesterday, we had 2 laparoscopic gallbladder surgeries done in the super specialty hospital. The surgeon belongs to the Sathya Sai Mobile Hospital. The infrastructure, the operation theatre and the anesthesia team was of the super specialty hospital. And now today that patient will be transferred to the general hospital for post-operative care. Such a fine integration of human resources. And as I told, this unity in Seva will make our Bhagwan most happy, especially when there is optimum utilization of manpower. Because to get equipments, to get a hospital is all easy, my dear friends. But to get human resources, that to technical human resources, super specialists, surgical gastroenterologists, oncosurgeons, is not an easy thing. So this is the third major area of improvement which we have done. And to that I have added how we have integrated the resources of the 3. The last heading is what has been the impact of this service. And first, when we look at doctors, as I said, doctors are coming in greater number. And one reason I gave a solid reason was Bhagwan's grace. But I'm so glad to tell you, all the members who have assembled here, not because I'm a doctor, I'm taking the side of doctors, but believe me, there is an inborn urge, an inborn instinct, an inborn call in every doctor who wants to render some free service at his free time. But he is waiting for the proper platform, which is not found in the community so easily. And in this context, I would like to quote an example. Dr. Sampath, a very reputed cardiologist, professor of cardiology, HOD in Usmania Hospital, who was incidentally my teacher also. He came for Seva, and when he went back, as a practice to express my genuine thanks to them, especially if they are new to the setup, I called them up and I thanked Dr. Sampath. Then he said, Narasimhan, why are you thanking me? We have learnt our subjects using the dead bodies of these poor people, because first year, second year anatomy and all, as you know, we dissect the dead bodies, and these are usually the unclaimed bodies of people found on the roads. And then he said, we have subsequently learnt our subjects using the live bodies of these poor patients, because in medicine, surgery and all, we doctors know every patient is examined by house surgeon, postgraduate, assistant professor, and if he objects, he is discharged. So he said, we have learnt our subject itself using the bodies of these poor people. Does it require a Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba to tell us that we have to pay back something to the community in return? Is it not an unwritten obligation on our part? So that is the beautiful human urge and instinct which has to be tapped by the community. And it is left for the community to create the necessary platforms for us. I am so glad to tell you that the Sathya Sai organization also in different parts of the country is engaged in this process of providing free medical care, because Swami was very particular. Vidya and Vaidya should not be commercialized. The second impact is on the beneficiaries. The stories are endless, my dear friends. But the transformation which occurs in some of the patients is really mind-boggling. And in this context, when the CNBC India, after screening 3,000 hospitals, they didn't do the work. They gave it to an organization called Indian Medical Research Bureau. The Sathya Sai Mobile Hospital was declared as the first in rural healthcare. And why we accepted that was, we all know the highest reward and award we got the day when our Bhagwan gave us the Seva Prasadam. But why we accepted was, the word was really, heart-touching. Transformation, which Bhagwan always wanted. Transformation first in our sevaks, then transformation in the beneficiaries. I will only substantiate this by quoting one incident, because again, this incident is very heart-touching. In a village called Patabattalpalli, about 30 kilometers from here, when we were changing our nodal points, we had gone to first make a survey of the village. And as I was getting down from the car, there was a man by name Mr. Venkatramana who was coming. He was trembling. His hands, feet, everything was shaking. And then, because he was the first person whom I accosted, I got out of the car, caught hold of his hand a little firmly, and told him, Emma Venkatramana. Then he said, sir, even his voice was trembling. Then I said, Baga chestam mem. Then I got a little perturbed. Arey, such a difficult disease, who am I to give him that assurance that we are coming in the name of Bhagwan? Should I transfer the responsibility to Bhagwan? Anyway, we did our duty, and believe me, 50% of his problem got solved. And these villagers, I'm so glad to tell you, that if even 30% is solved, they'll be highlighting that 30%. Whereas in a city setup, my doctors will tell you, even if the patient is 80% better, he'll be harping only on the balance 20%, which is not. Then one day, when Venkatramana came, our doctors were seated. Then I told, this is the case. He's a patient of Parkinsonism. We are treated. He's much better. Em Venkatramana, bagunnava, I asked. Sir, bagunded em, sir. Inni rojulu, meer mandulu matralu icche mundu, before you started treatment, I was not taking a bath daily. Because నేను ప్రొద్దున తీసుకుంటే నాకు జలుబు వస్తుంది. ఇంకా 9 గంటల తర్వాత అందరూ పొలం పని వెళ్ళిపోతారు. All of them go to the fields. So, because if I have to take a bath, I have to remove my dhoti, then I cannot tie my dhoti. My hands were so much trembling. But now, after your treatment, sir, daily I am having bath. This is what he told. And one more thing he added. Sir, నాకు చాలా ఇష్టమైంది. Even for me, I like very much. కాఫీ సార్, ఒక్క గ్లాస్ కాఫీ తాగాలంటే 90% కింద పడిపోతుంది సార్. కాఫీ కూడా నేను తాగేవాడిని కాదు, ఇప్పుడు కాఫీ కూడా తాగుతున్నాను సార్. సో దిస్ సార్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఏ ఫీడ్బ్యాక్ when you get, this is the highest reward or award, and which we can place at the lotus feet of Bhagwan. There have been, believe me, my dear friends, it is not only in our mobile hospital, even the general hospital, because I'm there now, super specialty hospital. This is the beauty of the Medicare, which Bhagwan has innovated in the form of these 3 hospitals. But the most sort of heart-touching one, as you know, is the outreach approach. Because you don't wait for the patient to come. you reach out to them. The third area of impact, which again is very important and interesting, my dear friends, is the impact this has had on the governmental agencies, on the healthcare planners. Believe me, a team of IAS officers who had come for training in the Human Excellence Department, they visited the mobile hospital, and subsequently another team of IAS officers and Director of Medical Education, Director of Health, they all came. They told us, sir, now we are wondering whether what all we have done, what all we have planned all these years after independence, it is all you have made it topsy-turvy. We feel so guilty, sir. We feel this is the approach which a country like India needs. As you know, India's rural healthcare delivery system is caught in a very problematic triangle. On the one hand, government feels it cannot transfer technology to these rural areas. There's no mechanism to install, maintain, servicing, all that. On the other hand, doctors are reluctant to go to villages. And they are in fact justifiable, in one way justifiable, because there's no infrastructure worth its name. A doctor's technical appetite doesn't get sweated. And not only that, for their children, after all, young doctors have children. There are no schools. That is the third limb of the triangle, and the base of the triangle is, as Swami outlined, the reasons why villages are not coming. So this triangle, as I called it, the tricky triangle in rural healthcare delivery system, was easily broken by our master. He said, why do you need to install technology and all? Carry it in mobile vehicles. After all, technology has innovated so much. We have portable, sleek variants of these diagnostic equipments. And some of them, if they are not available there, you create a mechanism to have it done in your base hospitals. Like for CT scan, MRI scan, as you know, they're very big missions. We can't transport them. But we make an arrangement. We fix the appointment for the poor village patient. The patient needs to go only one visit. And then the report are seen online. As I said, there has been an integration of the data online between the mobile hospital and the super specialty hospital. So the government planners felt that, yes, this is the approach which your Bhagavan has innovated, which needs to be done. And when they expressed difficulty in saying manpower, doctoral R&D, we gave a simple solution. Sir, we have postgraduate students who are qualified doctors. They have passed MBBS. And during their 3 years of training, from the second year, you can draft them into rural service. You make rural service compulsory after they finish their degree, but again, there is no infrastructure. They try to abscond, they try to avoid. But during the period of training itself, you send them to the rural service, and they are very good doctors. And when we told them that you need not pay a separate salary for them, they're already being paid stipend, they were amazed. But as you know, in governmental setup, it is not that easy for things to happen. Maybe it is Bhagavan's will, which will definitely take shape. But we have really struck their doors with this unique, innovative method which Swami has devised. And I am so glad to tell you that this particular pattern of rural healthcare has redefined medical care itself. And when I made this presentation in an Indian Medical Association meeting at Kakinada, the doctors were amazed. Even in the medical college we made. And what is that? Medical care, as you all know, my dear friends, doctors are aware of it, you also know, is of 3 levels: primary care, secondary care, tertiary care. Primary means basic fundamentals, secondary means mid-level ailments, tertiary means complicated open heart surgeries and all. As you know, primary care functions independently, like the primary health centers. Secondary care, like our hospital, functions independently. A super specialty hospital, like even our Bangalore hospital, does only cardiology and neurology. That is, these levels of care are in watertight compartments, isolated compartments. But this fourth approach, now we call it the fourth dimension of medical care, the outreach care, is unique because it goes to the doorstep of the patient. Not only that, it embraces all the 3 levels of care in a loving embrace. Primary care is, and to some extent secondary care is provided on the field. Tertiary care, you are making an arrangement for this. So when I told this, that this represents the 4th level of medical care, the 4th dimension as we call it, just as even in our sadhana, I always feel that the yoga which Swami has told us, has repeatedly told us, is Prema Yoga. We have heard of Karma Yoga, Raja Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga. But Swami's yoga was Prema Yoga. And he emphasized that love has to be the denominator, whatever yoga you may pursue. So just as the Prem Yoga is the fifth innovation of our Bhagwan in sadhana, this Medicare is also outreach care, is the fourth dimension of medical care, which includes all the three levels of care. So beautiful, so innovative is our master. I would only conclude, I thought I will keep it at the end, this last point, that which is a powerful reminder for all our doctors, for me, for the other doctors also, that Swami was very particular that in Medicare, love has to be the denominator. Sine qua non, it has to be. By default, it has to be. And then once in an interview when I told Swami, I showed a book of our mobile hospital. Swami Sraddhato, Bhaktito, I was telling, we are doing it with dedication, devotion. Gadu, Premato. You know, Swami's voice those days was not coming out. He said, Premato Cheyali. And it seems in one interview, Swami told the Bangalore hospital doctors, 60% healing takes place by the love which a doctor gives. And this love, Swami told us once, is not abstract, is not to be taken for granted. The love should effuse out. The love should exude out of the treating doctor. Not only the doctor, every individual who is involved in healthcare, let it be the registration. It should be overt. It should be expressive. It may be in the form of, with folded hands, you greet the patient, hold him by his hand. And when you call these patients by their name, what I do when the OP slip comes, I quickly see the name. And then when I address him by the name, he feels so happy. And not only that, holding him by his chin, congratulating him if his reports are all normal. Communication, the key of love, which unfortunately is not so much prevalent, especially in the outside world, in hospitals, where that is why I am not very fond of medical care being automated, telemedicine and all, it's all good. But what I'm saying is, my most respected, our Bhishma Pitama, we call him Dr. Ashwini Kumar, he tells us that human touch, that love, which the doctor gives to the patient, is the most crucial, fundamental. And believe me, we may be, however we may be educated, however rich we may be, when we see a doctor, even as a doctor, if I go as a patient, I expect the doctor will talk to me pleasingly, politely, hold my hand, which is the key of medical practice. And again, as I told you, Swami's emphasis was on arogyaniki, adharmo, adhyatmikamu. And he asked, it seems once, a group of our doctors, మీరు ఎంతమంది డాక్టర్లు పేషెంట్ని మందులు వాడేటప్పుడు దైవనామం తీసుకోవాలి అని మీరు చెప్తున్నారా? He asked. How many of you are telling the patient, take the medicine using the name of God? Nobody replied, it seems. Swami said, it seems, me seva waste. So, emphasizing the importance of love as the sine qua non, as the fundamental factor in Medicare, and also the basis of spirituality, I would conclude my talk by narrating it's not a story, it's an incident which occurred, which I might have told in so many platforms, but I like telling it so that I also hear it. We all know of Sant Kabir Das, an eminent saint of this country. Sant Kabir Das had a unique power. If lepers come, he would put his hand and say Ram, and the disease used to vanish. This is written in our history books, my dear friends. I don't know whether now you have, but as a student I have read it. Sant Kabir Das, Sant Tulsi Das also had some unique thing. So once Sant Kabir was not there in his house, his son Kamal was there, a very noble son. A leper came, he felt very bad, my father is not there. And then he thought, I'll do what my father does, and placed his hand on that leper and said, Ram, 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 3 times. And when he opened his eyes, the disease had vanished. Kamal was so happy. When his father came back, he was jumping with joy. And he told, Father, a leper came today. I put my hand and said, Ram Nam 3 times, it vanished. Then do you know what Kabir Das did? He did not hug his son. He did not pat him. He gave a big slap on. And then Kamal was surprised. Father, why are you? Enduk dandistunavu? I have done such a noble work. Why you are punishing me? Then Sant Kabir told, it seems, hey, pichi vedava, ఒక లెప్రసీ కుష్ఠవ్యాధి పోవాలంటే 3 సార్లు చెప్తావారా రామనామం? ఒక్కసారి చెప్తే చాలరా. That is the power of the divine name. And the day medical seva becomes spiritualized in the true sense of its term, I tell our new doctors who come, even patients, that it doesn't pertain to any cult or religion or practice or even to Bhagwan. Bhagwan always used to say, na namam kadra, na tattvamo, mi adarshamena sevato pracharam cheyandi. So, unless this happens, and I'm so glad to tell you that medical science, the studies in NIMHANS have conclusively proved that it is our thoughts which dictate the function of an important gland called hypothalamus. Hypothalamus, my neurologist, respected doctors know, is the main endocrine organ which controls all the other organs. Its function is regulated by our thoughts. And if our thoughts are faulty, hypothalamic function becomes deranged, and this gets reflected in the form of derangement of the adrenal cortex function. Steroids, as you know, steroids are immunosuppressive also, and now it is proved that one of the main cause of mitotic activity, cancer, is immunosuppression. And believe me, this is what Bhagwan told us in an interview way back in 2002 when I had taken a team of super specialists. One surgical oncologist of Hyderabad asked, Swami, Andhra Rashtrumlo, cancer vyadi ekkuvaipotundi, deeniki karanam emi? Then Swami said, Dani kuda hari, vari, kari. Normally we thought Swami would tell this for hypertension, heart disease and all. But he said, Dani kuda hari, vari, kari. And looking at me, he said, గ్రామాల్లో కూడా గమనించావా, ప్రజలకు దైవ ప్రీతి తగ్గిపోతుంది, సంఘనీతి అనేది లేదు, పాప భీతి అనేది పోతుంది, ఇవన్నీ తిరిగి వస్తేనే నిజమైన ఆరోగ్యం వస్తుంది. సో ఐ విల్ నాట్ హోల్డ్ యూ బ్యాక్ ఫర్ లాంగ్. ఐఎమ్ కన్క్లూడింగ్ మై టాక్ టుడే with a prayer at the lotus feet of Bhagwan, that we, having been chosen by him, we render medical seva in the way he wants us to do. A fine combination of good clinical or curative care, but which has a focus on prevention, but which has love and spirituality as its basis. Holistic health, which even the World Health Organization is now accepting, is crucial for quality Medicare. I thank you all for your patient hearing, and once again thank Bhagwan for having given us this opportunity. Jai Sai Ram.
It is festive time in this village. There is joy, celebration and gaiety. They cannot be happier. This is because the divine is coming. They are eager to welcome him. Bhagwan has arrived in the form of the Shri Sathya Sai Mobile Hospital. Yes, it is a mobile hospital, not a van or a mobile clinic. With sophisticated facilities in it to do X-ray, ultrasound, ECG, scores of lab tests and other diagnostic services. This medical bus is truly a life-giving panacea for the poor villagers of Marala. No wonder, for them, it is like God gliding into their hamlet. The innocent jubilation of these villagers living 30 kilometers away from Puttaparthi knows no bounds.
మొబైల్ హాస్పిటల్ వచ్చిన తర్వాత చాలా సంతోషంగా ఉంది. ఇదే మేము బయట చూయించుకోవాలంటే వేల ఖర్చు అవుతుంది. మాకు ఇక్కడ ఒక్క రూపాయి కూడా ఖర్చు లేకోకుండా, ఇబ్బంది లేకుండా సంతోషంగా చూపించుకుంటున్నాము. బాబా దయతో చల్లగా ఉన్నాము.
अच्छा इम्प्रूव होता है, अच्छा देखते हैं करके नाम कमाते हैं.
సాయిరామ్, నేను మొబైల్ హాస్పిటల్ 10 ఏళ్ల కింద చూపించుకున్నా. నాకు లేడీస్ ప్రాబ్లంతో డాక్టర్లు బాగా చక్కగా చూసి ఆపరేషన్ చేసినారు. అప్పటి నుంచి బాగా ఆరోగ్యంగా ఉండా. ఏ ఇబ్బంది వచ్చినా మళ్ళీ నేను ఈ హాస్పిటల్కి తప్ప ఎక్కడా పోలేదు. డాక్టర్లు బాగా చూసినారు అందరినీ స్వామి దయ వల్ల అందరూ చల్లగా ఉండాలి సాయిరామ్.
What's interesting is, usually when people go to a hospital, they carry their reports, stand in queue, make their payment, and run around to get their tests done. On the contrary, when people come to this hospital, they carry with them flowers, incense, and smiles. Bhagwan initiated this medical outreach seva in 2006. Even though Puttaparthi has a general hospital and super speciality Medicare facilities, and many needy rural folk do find hope and cure in these hospitals, still, there are hundreds and thousands who are unable to come to these spaces. For them, Baba said, the hospital should go to where they are. And that is precisely what this hospital on wheels does. For the last 17 years, a team of voluntary doctors have been taking care of 300 to 350 villages located in the 50 kilometers radius of Puttaparthi, working tirelessly to raise the health profile of these rural people.
The curative service, or what we call patient care, rendered by the mobile hospital is of a high quality, owing to what I would say the on-site availability of multiple specialists, the Sanjeevani diagnostic bus, regularity of service, fixity in approach, a good pharmacy which ensures uninterrupted supply of medicines, and a viable backup support which is required for follow-up Medicare for some of the ailments. All these have combined and resulted in a very tangible and visible improvement in the health profile of the served population, and also the spiritual base of the program that serves as a powerful reminder to people that it is their thoughts and their adherence to our age-old practices like prayer and meditation which will really foster mental health, which is equally important as bodily health or physical health.
300 volunteer doctors belonging to 12 specialities from various districts of Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, who come on a roster every month, eagerly wait for their opportunity to participate in this moving work. For young doctors, this is quite a revelation.
Today I feel so blessed to be able to take part in the Sri Sathya Sai Mobile Hospital. And the most powerful thing I've seen here is people's reaction to Swami's hospital and the team coming from Puttaparthi with a lot of love. The way they greet us and appreciate Swami's service is absolutely inspiring and moving.
I see a volume of cases where I have an opportunity to guide and also interact with the local community here. I feel it's a blessing in disguise.
I have been coming to the mobile hospital since last 13 years. I always come to Prasanthi Nilayam because I feel this Sannidhanam is my umbilical cord. I feel that I'm continuously learning more and more in mobile hospital because I work with all veterans of the field. I learned so much. I feel happy and my batteries are charged. Every time I go on coming until my last breath.
Having done 40,000 X-rays, 50,000 scans and 200,000 blood tests and seen over 10 lakh rural people, the mobile hospital today functions with great precision, speed and efficiency. It is completely IT enabled. 50 to 100 dedicated volunteers manage the logistics, setup and all the other medical and paramedical support that doctors need. The bus is also acquiring a new high-end ultrasound machine with 5 different probes. This is indeed a boon for the pregnant women who come regularly for scans. Now that this is a proven, systematic and streamlined service, the mobile hospital in its next phase is embarking on diversification. In 2017, this service got a shot in the arm with the addition of a dental bus with a full-time dedicated doctor.
Other than normal extraction, cleaning the tooth, we do many other procedures like root canal treatment, flap surgeries, and wisdom tooth removal. So for this, We have the latest equipments, laser instrument, and we have portable X-ray, and latest addition is ozone machine. We try to educate the villagers by teaching them how to maintain the oral hygiene so that will help in prevention of many other systemic diseases.
The new medical bus, which besides having exclusive cabins for X-ray, ultrasound and lab tests, has an ophthalmic unit too, with equipments like autorefractometer, slit lamp, alpanation tonometer and so on. All of this enable complete eye checkup.
This kind of equipment is generally available in metro cities and advanced eye clinics. And serving with these villages and serving in our mobile hospitals gives me a different level of happiness.
It is amazing, really speaking, that an outreach, high-quality service, which is manned by voluntary doctors, totally.
It is very difficult for the poor people in villages living. Once you go there only, you know the depth of their suffering. Otherwise, staying in cities, in bigger hospitals, we never know. This has been one thing that has touched my heart, and believe it or not, I go only for that.
Even if those facilities which are not available here, even the radiotherapy, cancer therapy, etc., they were also done totally free of cost, with providing food also to the patients, even in the private hospitals also. That is all because of Swami's love, compassion and grace towards the patients and the doctor.
This one single reason which I can say, apart from, of course, we know it is our Swami's grace, has been what I would call the technical ambience which we have created, which serves as a highly satisfactory platform for doctors to come and serve. And this is evident by the fact that more and more doctors are coming, young doctors are coming, because the clinical material is also huge, because you have so much of ingredients which contribute to a correct and a complete patient care.
Dr. Narasimhan, who has been Bhagwan's chosen instrument for this mission right from its inception, today deftly handles two important responsibilities: Director, Sri Sathya Sai General Hospital, as well as Director, Sri Sathya Sai Mobile Hospital.
When I was given the additional charge of the general hospital, I thought I should integrate the human resources especially, and also the infrastructure of all the three hospitals available to us: the general hospital, the super specialty hospital and the mobile hospital. And in that process, we started doing oncosurgeries, lung surgeries, gastrosurgeries. And you know, our master Bhagwan was always fond of unity, and especially when there is unification of our efforts, energies, resources in seva, Swami would be immensely pleased.
Just like it is with all missions of Bhagwan, this seva too has been going on silently, freely, and with great love. However quiet this seva might be, such commendable work cannot go unnoticed for long. Today, the government health planners and administrators are seeking advice from the Sri Sathya Sai Central Trust to devise their rural outreach programs.
It was like a strategic planning. Every single item was available. The way they set up the equipment in different rooms, it was like a mini super specialty hospital. And the icing on the cake was the availability of medicines. Usually somebody would prescribe something and go off, but here it's not limited to that. After that, the people come, they get their prescriptions, they come and get the medicines. And the best beauty of this entire exercise is that they know exactly when the hospital will reach them and when is the next visit. And we were told that it has never failed. Come hail, come shine, whatever, the hospital comes. And every single person who was a part of this entire project was an epitome of love, compassion and care. It couldn't be better. This is a model that can be replicated. It's the public service of the highest order.
In 2014, the mobile hospital was adjudged as the best in rural outreach healthcare. and received a citation which read, "Transformation of Human Lives with Innovative Healthcare." This was a special award by CNBC TV 18, which screened 3,000 hospitals in the country and gave awards to 12 hospitals.
Every human being has some urge, instinct in him to do something good. And this is true of doctors. A very reputed cardiologist from Hyderabad, who incidentally was my teacher also when he came on my invitation for service here. And when he went back, I normally, sort of formally thanked them also. And then he said, "Narasimhan, why are you thanking me? We have learnt our subjects using the dead bodies of these poor people in the first 3 years of our medical career." And then he said, later we learnt our subjects using the bodies of these poor people, live bodies. So he said, does it require a Sai Baba to tell us that we have to pay back something to the community?
Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba says, "I separated myself from myself to love myself." And the true signature of this love is selflessness and sacrifice. When such love becomes our nature too, we become godlike.
ప్రేమ చేతనే సేవ చేయండి. బీదలకు ముఖ్యంగా సేవ చేయాలి. ఆ బీదల సేవనే మిమ్మల్ని సంరక్షించేది. రామసేవ అని కాదు, బీదల సేవనే రామసేవ. కనుకనే బీదల సేవ చేయండి. ఈ బీదల నిమిత్తమై మీ ప్రాణాన్ని అంకితం చేయండి. నాకు వేరొక ఆశనే లేదు. నాకు ఈ బీదల సేవనే ప్రధానమైన లక్ష్యము. ఏమైనా సరే ప్రాణాన్నైనా వారికి అర్పితం చేసి వాళ్ళని కాపాడటానికి ప్రయత్నం చేస్తాం. ఈ లక్ష్యం లోపల 1000వ ఒక భాగాన్ని మీరు పెంచుకోండి. ఇది ఏ మానవుడు ఈనాడు చేయవలసినటువంటిది.
गणेश शरणं शरणं गणेशा, 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 गणेश दुखियों से प्रेम करो मेरा साईं प्रसन्न होगा। दीन दुखियों से प्रेम करो मेरा साईं प्रसन्न होगा। दीन दुखियों से प्रेम करो मेरा साईं प्रसन्न होगा। दीन दुखियों से प्रेम करो मेरा साईं मेरा मैं तेरा ये प्रेम की बहती धारा। साईं मेरा मैं तेरा ये प्रेम की बहती धारा। साईं मेरा मैं तेरा ये प्रेम की बहती धारा। साईं मेरा मैं तेरा दीन दुखियों से प्रेम करो मेरा साईं प्रसन्न होगा। दीन दुखियों से प्रेम करो मेरा साईं प्रसन्न होगा। साईं मेरा मैं तेरा ये प्रेम की बहती धारा। प्रेम की बहती धारा। ये प्रेम की बहती धारा। ये प्रेम की बहती धारा। मेरा साईं प्रसन्न होगा। मेरा साईं प्रसन्न होगा। मेरा साईं प्रसन्न दीन दुखियों से प्रेम करो मेरा साईं प्रसन्न होगा। साईं प्रेम दे शांति दे आनंद दे बाबा प्रेम दे। साईं प्रेम दे शांति दे आनंद दे बाबा प्रेम दे। साईं प्रेम दे शांति दे आनंद दे बाबा प्रेम दे। साईं प्रेम दे शांति दे आनंद दे बाबा प्रेम दे। सर्वधर्म प्रिय देवा
चरण कमल
पवित्र नाम राम नाम साई राम। पुण्य नाम पवित्र नाम राम नाम साई राम। पुण्य नाम पवित्र नाम राम नाम साई राम। पुण्य नाम पवित्र नाम राम नाम साई राम। हरे कृष्ण हरे राम मधुर नाम साई राम। हरे कृष्ण हरे राम मधुर नाम साई राम। हरे कृष्ण हरे राम मधुर नाम साई राम। पुण्य नाम पवित्र नाम राम नाम साई राम। पवित्र नाम राम नाम साई राम। करुण सिंधु सीताराम दीनबंधु राधेश्याम। सिंधु सीताराम दीनबंधु राधेश्याम। करुण सिंधु सीताराम दीनबंधु राधेश्याम। सिंधु सीताराम दीनबंधु राधेश्याम। हरे कृष्ण हरे राम मधुर नाम साई राम। 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 पुण्य नाम पवित्र नाम राम नाम साई राम। पवित्र नाम राम नाम साई राम। हरे कृष्ण हरे राम मधुर नाम साई राम। कृष्ण हरे राम मधुर नाम साई राम। पुण्य नाम पवित्र नाम राम नाम साई राम। पवित्र नाम राम नाम साई राम। करुण सिंधु सीताराम दीनबंधु राधेश्याम। सिंधु सीताराम दीनबंधु राधेश्याम। हरे कृष्ण हरे राम मधुर नाम साई राम। कृष्ण हरे राम मधुर नाम साई राम। हरे कृष्ण हरे राम मधुर नाम साई राम। कृष्ण हरे राम मधुर नाम साई राम। पुण्य नाम पवित्र नाम राम नाम साई राम। ओम जय जगदीश हरे स्वामी सत्य साई हरे। भक्त जना संरक्षक भक्त जना संरक्षक वर्ती महेश्वरा। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। शशिवदना श्रीकरा सर्वा प्राणपते स्वामी सर्वा प्राणपते। आश्रित कल्पलतिका आश्रित कल्पलतिका आपद्बांधवा। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। माता पिता गुरुदैवमो मरियन्तयु नीवे स्वामी मरियन्तयु नीवे। नाद ब्रह्म जगन्नाथा नाद ब्रह्म जगन्नाथा नागेन्द्राशयन। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। ओंकार रूप ओजस्वी ओ साई महादेवा। सत्य साई महादेवा। मंगल हारति अंदुको मंगल हारति अंदुको मंदर गिरिधारी। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण 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 ओम। नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम। सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम। ओम जय सद्गुरुदेवा। नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण 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 ओम। नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम। सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम। ओम जय सद्गुरुदेवा। नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण 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 ओम। नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम। सत्य नारायण शांति समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु शांति शांति शांति। जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा जी की जय।
ॐ साईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वः प्रचोदयात्। 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 ॐ साईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वः प्रचोदयात्।